So this cream is called Embryo Lease. So usually I have a clean face, okay? I'm going to take a little bit and I like to massage it between my palms and then apply it on the face. I just feel using using the massaging technique just warms the product. So automatically when you're applying it, it seeps better into your skin. Okay, apply on the forehead. And you want the product to really penetrate. So just like massage the skin a little bit.
Surely. All those ladies who are joining us right now, we are just starting with the moisturizer. She is using Imralis and the name is in the chat column. And ladies, I will be writing all the product names as we go along with the class. And the full list will also be shared towards the end of the class. So don't worry about the product list. It will be there with you throughout the session. Okay.
I'm going to move on to an eye cream. I'm using the Bobbi Brown Hydrating Eye Cream. Okay. Gonna take a little bit again on my ring finger. Just gonna warm the product up a little bit and literally dot it below the eye and a little on top of your eyelid. Just make sure when you're using the product under your eye, you don't want to like pull too hard. You just want to do it as gently as possible.
Surely. Can you please tell us some alternative eye cream?
There's one by Kiehl's, the avocado. I'll tell you the exact name, but there's one by Kiehl's as well, which is really good. Or you can, if you all go to a dermat, sometimes your dermat recommended eye creams also are really good. There's also one by MAC called the Fast Response. That's also a really nice eye cream. So you can use any one. But I feel it's extremely important to use something hydrating under the eyes because you're going to be putting so much product on the eye. You want the eye to be nicely hydrated before loading it up with the product. So you just want to quickly.
Okay, ladies, she is on Spotlight. I hope that all of you are able to see her only on Spotlight. Please let me know in the chat column.
Start with the eyes and then I move on to the lips, to the face. So we're going to start with my concealer. This is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Biscuit. So I'm going to take a little on the back of my hand and I'm using a PAC brush number 204, which is like a synthetic brush. I'm just going to take that a little bit and I'm going to apply this all over my eyelid. The reason I'm doing this is because we all have a little warmth even on your eyelids. So you just want to clear out everything, create a nice canvas for your eye makeup. So I'm just going to apply that all over.
Surely. Just one thing, ladies, if you are seeing everybody on your main screen, everybody in small boxes, like Smita is saying, she's not able to see Tanvi on her main screen. What you have to do that you have to change your phone setting to speaker view. Right now in your phone, it's gallery view. Please put it on the speaker view. You will be able to see Tanvi on your on your main screen as she's on the spotlight from my end. Okay, great.
So like you can see the minute you put concealer, you just kind of even out everything. So it's a nice base for you to start doing your eye makeup. Before this, after you do the concealer, you definitely need to set this because if you go over with your pencil or any kind of eyeshadow, it's going to become very mucky. Everything's going to get mixed. So you definitely want to set it. I'm using a Laura Mercier loose powder. And I'm just going to take a powder, like a slightly fluffy powder brush, like a small one. And I'm just going to set the concealer that we've applied on the eyelid.
Surely. Ladies, for the recap, till now, Tanvi has used a moisturizer. She has applied concealer on her eyelids and now she's setting it with a powder. The product list will be provided to all and the recording will also be available. Ladies, if your video or audio, you're not able to turn on your video, please do join in again as the access to turn on the recording is given to all.
Okay. Now we have a clean base. We've literally set everything and now we can jump into doing the eye makeup. Now I'm using a Maybelline brown pencil. It's a long-lasting drama waterproof gel pencil in the shade Toffee. Okay. just gonna, quickly sharpen this a little bit. Okay. Now I'm gonna draw a thickish line very close to my lash line. It doesn't have to be neat. We are anyway going to blend it upwards, but you just have to make sure it is as close to your lash line as it can get, and it has to be slightly on the thicker side. You can tug a little bit and, and make it as thick as you can.
Surely. We had this question that what shade of the concealer should be that you have applied on your eyelids, how to choose the shade of the concealer for the eyelids.
Okay, so the shade of your concealer should ideally be a little warmer than your original skin tone. I'm just going to explain that a little more in detail. I'm going to rush with this because once this pencil sets, it won't move. So once I've drawn the line, you literally want to go on the top part of the pencil and you kind of want to buffer that out.
Surely. Can you please tell me the pencil again?
Yeah, it's by Maybelline. It's a long-lasting, it's called the Long Lasting Drama Eye Pencil, waterproof, in the shade Toffee. Yeah, so if you see this, basically you want to create a little bit of you want it to be dark near your lash line, and then as you go upward, you want it to kind of, smoothen out. Sorry, my pencil just broke. Just one sec, guys.
Yeah, no issues. Ladies, the recording will be provided to all of you. You don't have to record from yourself. You won't have the access. We will be providing the recording itself. For all those ladies who are joining us right now, we have done the moisturizing and then we moved on with the eyes. We have not started with the face yet. First, we are doing with the eyes.
Sorry, just give me 2 minutes. Pencil just broke, so I'm just trying to find an alternative pencil. Just give me 1 second, Radhika. Sorry.
No issues, no issues. Okay, Monica, I will be taking this question once she joins us back. All right, ladies who are joining us right now, I would like to inform you that till now we are done with the moisturizing part and she has concealed her eyes, set it, and now she is going on.
Okay, sorry. I'm just going to redo this step. So I'm going to take the pencil. I'm going to go really close to my lash line and I'm going to make it as thick as possible. You don't really need to be super neat. Only thing you need to remember is when you're going towards the inside of your eye, you want to go slightly thin. And on the outsides, you can be a little thicker. Yeah. When you get a line like this, then you want to take your pencil brush and then you just want to buffer you want to just smudge the top part of your liner. Okay, you want to use like smaller strokes, go back and forth, and you want to blend it upwards. So what happens is you're just softening the edge towards the top part of your lid. So say, for example, if this is your line, this is your lash line, and this is towards your eyelid, you basically want to buffer that line out. So what that does is you don't lose out definition near your lash line, but at the same time, you get like a gradation of the brown.
Surely. Can you please tell us about the brush that you're using right now?
Yes, this is a PAC Cosmetic brush and the number is 202. Okay, so once you're happy with this side of the lid, you want to move on to the adya.
Sure.
Repeat the same steps. You make it as thick as you can on the outside. And when you come inside, you want it to be slightly thinner. You repeat the same smudging technique. And the smaller your strokes are, the back and forth motion that you use.
Can you please repeat the steps in Hindi as well for our Hindi speakers?
Okay, so I'm not great at Hindi, but I'll try. Okay, so pencil को lash line के जितना करीब तुम ले सकते हो, it's going to be good because तुमको वहाँ पे definition मिलेगा, and you make it slightly thick. और जो ऊपर का line है, उसे तुम pencil brush से बफर करोगे. जस्ट ये स्मॉल मोशंस में करना है, और ये आगे पीछे you want to have the movement. That's going to help you blend it out better.
Surely. Also, if you can tell us about the concealer brush that you used. We are getting a lot of questions for your concealer brush.
Yes, I'm just going to tell you the shade number. That was again by Pack Cosmetics 204.
All right.
So keep buffering. अगर आप अभी देखोगे तो ये लैश लाइन के वहां हल्का सा गैप है. You just want to make sure कि कोई gaps ना रहे. तो you want to go back in and just cover that gap out.
Surely.
Again, buffer it out. अब अगर देखोगे तो ये लैश लाइन के पास डार्क है, और जैसे जैसे ऊपर जा रहा है it is becoming lighter and lighter. जब हम स्मोकी आई करते हैं, द मेन पार्ट अबाउट स्मोकी आई इज कि तुम्हारे लैश लाइन के पास इट हैज टू बी द डार्केस्ट, और जैसे जैसे ऊपर तुम्हारे लिड और क्रीज के पास जाता है और क्रीज के अबाव जाता है, इट हैज टू काइंड ऑफ blend out and become as light and blended out as possible. Okay.
All right, ladies, we have not done with the skin prep yet. We have only used the moisturizer till now. So you have not missed on skin prep. Okay. We are doing with the eyes first, and then we'll come with the skin prep. Right now, we have only used Embroily's cream. Yes.
Next, I'm going to be using a palette called This Is All I Need by Tan Beauty. ये एक इंडियन मेड ब्रांड है, so it's available in India very easily, and it has all the matte shadows that we need for this particular eye look. Okay, तो अभी हम सबसे light color use करेंगे, that's called Nectar. Okay, and I'm going to take a.
Please tell me the palette name again. This is All I Need by
Tan Beauty. TANN Beauty.
Okay.
Okay, I'm using the lightest color on this shade.
Show it on the screen, the color, the exact color. If you can just bring it closer to the camera.
Nectar.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to take a little on a small buffer brush. This is by Morphe. Number is M506. It's a small buffer brush. The reason we're using a small buffer brush because you can literally tuck it inside your crease, and you just want to go back and forth.
Sure. It's 506, right?
Yeah, M506.
M506. Got it.
This color is like a transition color. By using this color, we're going to be able to create like a transition from dark to medium to like super light. Okay, so we've started with like the medium color.
Surely. Ladies, I hope that all of you are doing the look with the expert, as it is going to help you grab the knowledge more easily and more, in the right way, because while doing the recording, while watching the recording, the expert won't be there. So right now the expert is there, and I will be taking few questions as I go along.
Okay, one technique, जब आप buffer कर रहे हो, try and use the brush as far as possible and as loosely as possible. If you hold it like a pen very close, you end up putting more pressure. Your lines will be harsher. In an eye makeup, the more blended it is, the nicer it looks. So you want to use it as far as possible and as loose as possible. And when you're using, the motion you want to use is like a wiper motion, back and forth, back and forth. Okay.
Surely.
I want to do the same on the other eye.
Surely.
And whenever you take the color, always dab the excess off and then go again, back and forth.
Sure.
When you use a buffer brush, it gives a very blended effect. If you want to add color, then you need to use a flat brush. So this is a buffer brush and this would be a flat brush. So brush like this is usually used to like add more color, and this is usually used to kind of buffer out everything. Yeah, so just go back and forth. As I'm blending, are there any questions that you guys would want to ask?
Surely. Okay, so Asma is asking, brush for beginners, please. If you can tell brushes for beginners.
Brushes for beginners, then you can just Pack Cosmetic has these sets like a face brush set or an eye brush set. Those really work well, and they're quite well priced as well. So So you don't have to think of what brushes to get. They're already preset kits, so you can just buy them as it is.
Surely. Also, as you said that the concealer that you applied on your eyes was warmer. So Chand is asking, what was the reason to use a darker than skin? Is it orangey or simply darker?
It's slightly more orangey peachy. If you look at the shade that I used, it's, I don't know if you guys can see it. One second. If you can see it, it's slightly peachy. It's not very yellow. So the reason I used that is because I have slight grayness, I mean not grayness, darkness under my eyes and on my eyelid. So the peachy corrector kind of helps to nullify that and make it like an even tone. And the reason I would go with a slightly warmer tone for your concealer is because usually concealer is used to kind of, correct or conceal some kind of discoloration or a spot or some kind of patchiness. So it can never be your skin tone because the patchiness that is on your skin is standing out because it is warmer than your skin tone. So even the concealer will have to be matched to your problem area. So that's why we went slightly warmer with the concealer.
Surely.
Okay, I'm just going to add a little more color here.
Okay.
Then I'm going to take a, sorry.
No, it's okay. I can take the question later. You can go ahead.
Then I'm going to move it with a slightly fluffier brush. This is again by PAC. The number is 033. It's clean. There's nothing on it. I'm just going to buffer everything out and make sure that all the shadow is nicely blended. Because you don't want any harsh lines. If you have harsh lines, trust me, when someone's looking at you, the makeup doesn't look good. So you want to take your time and buffer everything out and not have any harsh lines. Yeah? So this is how it looks so far. Next, we're going to move into the slightly warmer shade, this one, the second one, and the shade is called Workaholic. Okay, now for this, we're going to use the flat brush that I told you guys about. I'm going to use this. I'm going to take that on the brush, dab off the excess, and I'm literally going to place it on my eyelid. Okay.
Sure. Tani, we have a request from you that if you can share an alternative for every product that you're using, which is less expensive and not very
All
branded.
these products are very cost effective. So far, everything that I've used, other than the skin prep, which is your moisturizer and your eye cream, all of them are extremely like affordable products. But if there's anything really expensive that I'm using, I'll definitely share some alternatives for that. Sure. But for the creams, you can use, there is a cream called Emoline, Emolene. That is a good cream that is available at any chemist, and it is extremely affordable. It's for 250 rupees and it goes for all skin types. So somebody who's just starting, who doesn't want to invest a lot on their kit right now, can definitely give this one a try.
Surely. Can you please explain the step that you're doing in Hindi right now?
तो अब I'm taking मैं एक मीडियम कलर ले रही हूँ. ये सबसे लाइट था. अब मैं एक मीडियम कलर ले रही हूँ, एक फ्लैट ब्रश पे ले रही हूँ और मैं खाली अपने आईलिड पे उसको प्लेस कर रही हूँ. ना मैं बफर कर रही हूँ ना कुछ कर रही हूँ, जस्ट उसको फ्लैट डाल के आई एम जस्ट प्लेसिंग इट. आपको ये लाइंस दिख रहे हैं. अब मैं एक बफर ब्रश लूंगी, कोई भी क्लीन वाला, एंड वो लाइंस को मैं ब्लेंड आउट करूंगी.
Surely.
ठीक है. Again, for the buffer brush, you want to use a very, very light hand and you want to go in like a wiper motion. See, do you see the difference? No lines here, and you can see like a line here. So that's what you want to do. You want to buffer on the line. You don't want to buffer जहाँ पे आपने color लगाया है उस पे बफर मत कीजिए. अगर मैंने इस पे बफर किया तो जितना भी मैंने प्रोडक्ट डाला है वो सब निकल जाएगा. हमें जो ये लाइन है ऊपर का उस पे बफर करना है. ओके, तो ये लाइन को सॉफ्ट करना है.
Surely. We have a question from Swati. She's asking, won't buffering with plain brush push out the eye shade outside the eye portion?
That's fine if you're it won't really push out. You have to control the movement. You can't go outside the shape. You need to keep stepping back, looking at yourself in the mirror, making sure that you're staying within your eye shape, and you're literally buffering out. The reason you need to buffer out, if you're only going to use flat brushes or small brushes, you're going to get like lines like I showed you all. So you need buffer brushes to kind of buffer out everything. But having said that, जब भी आप बफर कर रहे हो, you have to keep stepping back, making sure कि there's equal, you're buffering everything out, it's not going too outside. And you can, if you feel that maintaining eye shapes are hard for you initially, you can use like tapes and keep, so you know exactly where to be, which area to be in.
Sure. We have a question from Smita. She's asking, what is the reason behind different brands are being used? How do you figure out which is the best under each brand?
I think that's a little bit of like R&D that you need to do. When you actually start doing makeup, you will kind of try and see different products. What works for me may not necessarily work for you, but I think you just need to try different products and see in the market what all is there. कितनी बार ऐसे होता है कि you see a particular palette जो हर एक जन use कर रहा है, so then read about it, see what it is. Agar koi shop mein jaake if you can test it out and then buy it. But like every brand, not necessarily everything is good. So you will always have some good things in a brand and some bad things in a brand. So you will have to just do a little bit of R&D and figure out what works and what doesn't work.
Surely. All right, ladies, till now, the expert has not used any liner. She has used a coal pencil, and I will write up the name for all of you again in the chat column.
Okay, now I'm going to go back with the same brown pencil. This time I'm going to keep the line slightly thinner and slightly neater than what it was in the first time. Okay.
Surely. Ladies,
So
any
I'll draw a line
foundation?
like this.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, and I'm again going to use the same pencil brush that I used, the pack 202, and I'm going to use a dark brown pencil on the tip of the brush, and I'm just going to buffer the top part. The same step that we did, I'm going to do the same. Sorry, the light has suddenly gone off. One sec.
Sure. Also, ladies, we will be taking foundation related corrector related questions when we will be doing those steps. Right now, we are on the eyes. If you have any technique related questions, do ask in the chat column. Okay, Bhavna is asking, can we use a liquid liner at this stage?
No, these liquid liners will be something that you use in the end when you're completely like, finished with your eye and you just want to add definition. You can't use a liquid liner and then smudge it. It'll go all over. So these pencils work because they add a lot of definition. At the same time, they kind of set your look. Yeah.
Surely. This is the same pencil, right, that you used
Yes.
earlier? All right.
Yes.
Ladies, it's the same pencil. The name is above in the chat column. I will post it again. Okay, Aisha is asking, we have a lot of beginners. So Aisha is asking, hi, sorry to interrupt. So in every makeup, is eye makeup the first step?
It depends. The only reason I like to do the eye makeup first is because you tend to have a lot of fallout. So you want to start with a clean base when you are doing your concealer. If you have a lot of product that has fallen here and then you put concealer on top, it's definitely not going to help. So you want to finish your eye makeup, clean your under eyes, and then start doing your, concealing and correcting and everything. So that's the only reason why we like to do the eye makeup first. But you also get like eyeshadow, like, all these eye shields and stuff. So you can definitely put that, finish your base, put that, and then do your eye makeup. But I usually like to do my eyes first and then move on to the base.
Surely. Okay, Tanvi, your camera is turned off actually. Just a second, ladies. I'll ask her to turn on her camera. Meeta, first was the lighter, then it was the medium, and then it got darker. Just a second.
Can you guys see me? I'm not able to like. Can you guys see me? Because I can't see anyone. Radhika?
No, we can't see you. I'm asking your video is turned off. I'm asking you to start video from my end.
Yeah, now it's started. Huh. Can you guys see me now? Okay. So I have not done anything. I just did the same brown on both sides. Okay. If you can see, that's buffered out. Now we'll again take a little bit of the flat brush and a little bit of the darker color and place it slightly on the corner part of your lid. Just like that. Yeah.
Okay. Ruchi is asking any tips for old age people as they have wrinkles on their eyes.
So my tip for y'all, for people who have a lot of wrinkles on the eye, is definitely don't use anything very shiny. जैसे ही आप कुछ शाइनी डालोगे तो वो और हाईलाइट हो जाएगा. तो अगर आप किसी मेच्योर स्किन का मेकअप कर रहे हो, पहली बात तो add as much hydration as you can, because hydration will really help the wrinkles and the cracks. The makeup won't go and sit in the cracks as much. And secondly, avoid using anything very, very shiny, because that way you will avoid highlighting those lines. Yeah.
Ladies, आपके जो भी फाउंडेशन, आपके कंसीलर रिलेटेड क्वेश्चन है वो हम बाद में लेंगे जब हम फाउंडेशन पे आएंगे, जब हम कंसीलर पे आएंगे. अभी आपको कोई भी जो काम अभी हम एक्सपर्ट कर रहे हैं उससे रिलेटेड कोई क्वेश्चन है तो आप पूछ सकते हैं. हम हिंदी में भी बात करेंगे, सो डोंट वरी.
मैं जितना, अगर आपको कुछ समझ नहीं रहा है, मैं हिंदी में रिपीट कर सकती हूँ. अभी फिलहाल मैंने क्या किया है, मैंने फ्लैट ब्रश से फिर से ये डार्क ब्राउन कलर लिया है और हल्का सा खाली उसे कॉर्नर पे लगाया है. फिर मैंने वापस से एक फ्लफी ब्रश लिया है और उसको बस थोड़ा उसके जो एजेस है उसको बफर आउट कर दिया है. ओके. हर स्टेप के बाद हम बफर ब्रश यूज करेंगे, बिकॉज इसी से यू गेट द होल ब्लेंडेड लुक. It doesn't look like a blob of eyeshadow. You never want it to look like a blob of eyeshadow. जब भी कोई तुम्हें देख रहा हो आमने सामने, it should look from dark to medium to light to a gradation. तो इसीलिए हम हर स्टेप के बाद बफरिंग करते हैं ताकि वो ब्लॉब नहीं दिखे.
ज्योति इज आस्किंग दोनों आईज पे अलग अलग आईलाइनर अप्लाई होता है, तो हाउ टू मैनेज दैट?
That just comes with practice. ये मेरे साथ भी होता है, ये अभी भी मेरे साथ होता है. जब मैं कुछ लगा रही हूँ तो कभी कभी थिक और थिन हो जाता है. A small tip that has really helped me is, जब मैं लाइनर लगाती हूँ, I first started by using pencils. पेंसिल से क्या होता है, अगर कुछ एरर भी हो गया तो आप जल्दी से उसे क्लीन कर सकते हैं. थोड़ा ज्यादा कंट्रोल रहता है. अगर आप ब्रश वगैरह से अप्लाई करते हो तो कंट्रोल इतना नहीं रहता है. तो स्टार्ट बाय यूजिंग अ पेंसिल, इट्स अ लिटिल मोर हेल्पफुल. और जब आप अप्लाई कर रहे हो, कोई भी मिरर के पास बहुत करीब जाइए, वेयर यू कैन सी क्लियरली वेयर यू आर गोइंग, एंड ट्राई डूइंग द लाइनर बाहर से अंदर की तरफ. बिकॉज आप जब भी फर्स्ट स्ट्रोक यूज करते हो, हमेशा वो फर्स्ट स्ट्रोक बहुत मोटा आ जाता है. द फर्स्ट लाइन दैट यू पुट इज ऑलवेज थिक. तो कोई भी आई शेप के लिए बाहर से थिक होना और अंदर थिन होना इज आइडियल. तो आप हमेशा बाहर से स्टार्ट कीजिए और जैसे जैसे आप अंदर आओगे आप कंट्रोल कर पाओगे और उसको थिन बना पाओगे. एंड देन स्लाइटली पुलिंग योर आई हल्का सा also helps in getting the liner correct.
Nidhi is asking, after putting my eyeshadow, it doesn't look like I have put anything despite putting many layers. What am I doing wrong?
So if you're putting a lot of layers and तो भी नहीं हो रहा है, that means the eyeshadows that you're using are not very very pigmented. But also it could be कि आप बहुत layers भी बहुत हल्के हाथ से लगा रहे हो. तो अगर अभी suppose मैंने ये डार्क कलर लिया पर मैंने बहुत हल्के हाथ से लिया, and if I do this, कुछ दिख नहीं आ रहा, even though there is on my hand, तो भी कुछ दिख के नहीं आएगा. बट सेम थिंग अगर मैं उसे अच्छे से अपने हाथ पे लोड करूं और फिर स्ट्रोक करूं, so you will see the color. So that's the difference. Even if you think that मैंने बहुत कलर ले लिया है तो भी नहीं हो रहा है, It is just that you have to load it properly on your brush. जो भी excess है उसे निकालो और जब लगा रहे हो तो just like press it against your eyelid. So automatically you will get a lot of product. Also another thing that helps is कोई भी cream product को अगर आप बेस के तौर पे यूज करोगे तो कोई भी पाउडर आई शेडो जब लगाओगे तो वो उसे अच्छे से होल्ड करेगा. सो यू विल गेट अ लॉट ऑफ इंटेंसिटी इफ यू यूज अ. इसीलिए हमने भी जब स्टार्ट किया हमने पेंसिल यूज किया ताकि जब उस पर आई शेडो यूज करे तो वो उसे बराबर से पकड़ ले. Okay, now I'm going to move to the next step. Now I'm moving to a black pencil and I'm going to repeat this, literally the same technique I'm going to repeat. So I'm going to do tug it a little bit, do a thick line outside, and as you go inside, you thin it out.
Sure. Let me know when can I take a question.
Yeah, just after this, then we can take a question.
Sure.
Then I'm going to take the same pencil brush, okay, or another pencil brush, but the same size. And I'm going to take the black eyeshadow, just a little bit, and I'm going to buffer this out. Again, the same technique, you buffer the top portion of the pencil. हल्के हल्के से स्ट्रोक्स ही करना, छोटे छोटे स्ट्रोक्स ही करना, बिकॉज इफ यू डू वेरी big strokes and faster, you don't want it to go too high. ये black हम लगा रहे हैं ताकि हमें lash line के पास अच्छा खासा definition मिल जाए. You again take a little bit of the black and you just want to buffer it out. तो इससे क्या होगा? You'll have black, then dark brown, then medium brown, and then the lightest one. That is the gradation you want to create. Okay, then again you take your buffer brush and a little bit of the medium brown color जो हमने use किया था, and हम हल्का सा इसे पूरा blend करेंगे. So you're basically just marrying all the colors together. And now you can ask me questions.
Sure. Surely. So as you said that that we have to be very careful that we don't apply the black color थोड़ा ज़्यादा ऊपर. So Anjali is asking कि उसको भी मेकअप करते टाइम ये प्रॉब्लम आती है कि उनको पता नहीं चलता कि उनको आई शेडो कहाँ तक लेना जाता होगा और कैसी शेप बनानी है, तो आपको एक ट्रिक बता दो.
So ideally जब शेप बनाते हो तो almond shape is the most appealing shape, जहाँ पे मतलब बाहर की तरफ इस तरफ it is slightly thicker and then अंदर की तरफ it goes thin. तो आप जब कोई लाइनर भी लगाते हो उसी हिसाब से लगाओ, और जब आप बफर भी या ब्लेंड भी कर रहे हो तो आप बाहर से ही स्टार्ट करके अंदर की तरफ जब आओगे तो यू मेक इट थिन. एंड वेयर टू मेक श्योर दैट यू डोंट क्रॉस द लाइन इज तुम्हारे eyelid, when you keep your eyes open you will know where your eyelid is and where your crease is. ये जो लाइन दिखती है ये fold, that is your crease. इसके ऊपर is your brow space, okay, your brow bone space. तो ये जो lid area है यहीं तक color होना चाहिए. You cannot apply it all the way here. Okay, you have to keep whatever color you're doing, it has to be within your lid space. Okay, now we'll do the same on the other side.
Surely. Can you please tell which pencil are you using right now and which brush?
This pencil is the Revlon Color Stay One Stroke Defining Eyeliner Kajal.
Okay, this is a Revlon eyeliner kajal.
It's a waterproof pencil and the color is black. Blackest black.
Okay, and which brush did you use?
The brush I use is the same one that I've been using, the pencil brush by Pack 202.
Okay, it's the same brush. Okay.
Again, I'm doing a thin line on the inside and thick on the outside. ये pencil set हो जाते हैं, तो इन्हें set होने के पहले you need to buffer them out. एक बार set हो गए ये फिर blend नहीं होंगे. So you need to act. So see, like I said, you start from the outside. तो जो भी तुम्हारा thickness है वो outside हो जाए, और जितना तुम अंदर आओगे उतना तुम्हें तब तक तुम्हारे हाथ पे मतलब control आ जाएगा.
Surely.
मैं यहाँ से start करूँगी तो because you're starting first, you end up making it thick over there. So you always start from the outside.
Surely. Okay, a lot of people are asking what if they have hooded eyes, and someone's asking my eyes look smaller after applying all products. The final look doesn't enhance size or shape. How can I correct it?
So you have to first identify what your shape is. If somebody has this part which is, heavier, that means your eye shape is hooded, which means when you're creating this transition color, तुम्हें हल्का सा brow bone के ऊपर जाके you will have to create the crease. एंड जब ये तुम लाइंस जो कर रहे हैं, जब जो हम लाइनर लगा रहे हैं, ब्राउन ब्लैक वट एवर कलर वी आर यूजिंग, यू मेक श्योर इट इज स्लाइटली थिनर. अगर इसे एज थिक एज दिस इफ यू मेक इट व्हेन यू हैव हुडेड आईज, जब तुम आईज खोलोगे अदर देन दिस ब्लैक लाइन और कुछ नहीं दिखेगा. सो द साइज ऑफ द लाइनर्स हैव टू बी मच थिनर देन व्हाट वी आर डूइंग. एंड रही बात लाइक मेंटेनिंग आई शेप की, दैट कम्स विद अ लिटिल बिट ऑफ प्रैक्टिस. If you continue doing the same look for like say 1 week, you will see the difference from day 1 to day 7. Okay, there'll be a huge difference because as you keep doing it, you realize what eye shape you are, what shape works, what shape doesn't work. एक चीज है जो बिल्कुल सूट नहीं होती किसी को भी, कि तुम्हारी क्रीज के ऊपर बहुत सारा आई शेडो लगा लिया, वो नहीं, just doesn't suit. So when you're doing your eye makeup, try and stick to your lid and not go above your crease. That is one thing you can definitely try.
Shani, Manvi is asking, is PAC 248 blending brush good for buffing?
248. I'm not sure what brush that is, but I'll definitely check it out and I will let you all know if it's a good brush.
Also, can you show a closer look of your eye? If you can come closer
Yes,
to the
I'm just going to blend this out. I'm just going to take the buffer brush and the medium brown color, and I'm just going to marry all the colors like I said. Okay. And this is how it looks so far. So everything looks blended. You don't see any like harsh lines anywhere. That is important. Your eye makeup will automatically look good if it's all blended out. Yeah.
Lovely.
Now, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly curl my lashes. Okay. So a technique that I use while curling my lashes is मेरा जो lash band है, उस पे I usually put kajal. So when I curl them, ये जो अंदर की लाइन है, ये ऑटोमेटिकली ये गैप्स फिल हो जाते हैं वो काजल से, and my lash line starts looking fuller. So I'm just going to quickly do that. I'm taking the same black pencil and I'm going to just apply this all over the band. Yeah. Then I'm going to rest this metallic part on my lash line and I'm going to make sure all my lashes are in. You'll be able to see your lashes in. Okay, make sure you don't have any skin, and then you want to start pressing and you want to just pulsate. Okay, this is pulsing. Okay, keep pressing for about 10 to 15 seconds.
Sure. And which lash curler are you using right
now? And then
now?
you want to release this. Yeah. Sure. This one is by MAC. Okay. You also get a really nice one by Color Bar. So if you see the difference, you can see a little more definition on this eye versus this eye. So that is what you want to do. You want to add definition by using the curler.
Sanvi is asking dark complexion पर कौन सा eye shade दे?
It doesn't matter what complexion you are. Eye shape totally depends on your eye shape. It doesn't matter whether you're fair, dark, medium. उससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है.
Eye shade.
Eye shade. All your browns and blacks will usually go from fair to like dark skin. These palettes are very universal.
Okay. And somebody was asking how they can get. Okay. Just a second. Ladies, can you see Tanvi on your screen now? Can they see you on the screen? I can't see anything.
I can see and hear. Someone saying no, they can't. No is what they're saying. Oh, guys, you might have to change the setting on your thing because I am spotlighted. Yeah, most of them can see, they're saying. So the ones who can't see, I think you all will have to change your setting. Like Radhika mentioned last time. It's clear.
Right.
Yeah, they can see and they can hear. That's what they're saying.
Okay, so she's on the spotlight now, right? Tanvi, can you see that you've been spotlighted by me?
Yeah.
Okay, you can go ahead with the makeup. and I will be catching up with everybody till the time.
Okay, cool. Okay, so last we were at curling. So I literally have curled the lashes and I was at this one. So I'm going to redo this one. So like I said, I'm just going to quickly put the thing on the band. I'm just going to add the pencil color and I'm going to literally, sorry. Always when you're curling the lashes, you want to make sure you rested it on your lashes. You can see the lashes through and only then you want to start pulsing. Make sure you don't pinch your skin at all. Yeah, so you see the difference. It immediately, kind of fills all the gaps between your, if you don't want to do it this way, you can always do it the more conventional way. You lift the lid and then you kind of, fill it in. But I get very tickled and very scared with the pencil, so I usually do it like this. Okay. Next thing we're going to go is we're going to start with with our under eyes. Okay, and then when you're going to come back and curl the lashes again and put mascara right in the end. Okay, so now I checked my under eyes. I don't really have much of fallout or anything, so I'm not going to clean them. But I will add a little more cream, the same cream that we used in the beginning. I'm going to add the same cream again, just to make sure that there is enough hydration under the eye. Yeah.
So we have a question. Manvi is asking how frequently to clean the brushes. Every time we do makeup brushes, should we clean?
So I would say if you're using it on yourself, then you can maybe like at least your blush and your brushes that you don't use a lot, you can maybe wash them once in 10 days. But if you're using eye brushes, like if you're using and you have a lot of color and all, you'll want to wash them immediately. But if you don't want to wash them all the time, you also get brush cleansers. So make sure you clean it because it's hygienic to do that. And then once in like 10-15 days, you can just give them a quick wash. Okay. Surely. Now I'm going to use the same concealer that I used on my lid. I'm going to use the same concealer below my under eyes. But if somebody has like warmth under their eye, I would use a little bit of a corrector. This corrector is by the brand Cover Effects. Okay. And the shade is called Orange. And I'm going to
this is from the brand. I'm sorry, can you please repeat the brand?
Cover FX. Cover and FX.
Effects, right?
Orange. Yeah. I'm going to take a small concealer brush. It's not effects, it's F and X. F for forest and X
okay,
for...
Okay, got it.
And I'm using a small concealer brush by this random brand Vega. So there's no number to it. It's by this brand Vega. You can use any small synthetic concealer brush, should work. And only where I have warmth under my eyes, I'm literally going to put that corrector right there. Okay. Make sure you don't go. So I don't have that much warmth here. I'm not going to be taking this over there. If you do that, your eye will, even after putting the concealer, your eye will still look very orange. So you want to make sure wherever you need it, you only apply corrector over there. तो दिस गोज अगर आप कोई दूसरा करेक्टर भी यूज कर रहे हैं, सपोज आपको किसी के पिंपल्स या किसी के रेडनेस को कवर करना है तो आप ग्रीन करेक्टर यूज करोगे, तो वो करेक्टर को भी जहां जरूरी है वहीं पे लगाइए. Don't put it all over, otherwise it's not going to do the job that it's supposed to do.
Surely. Ladies, the corrector name is in the chat column. Meanwhile, Faryal is asking, my face, मेरे face पर birthmark है, कौन सा corrector use करें?
अगर birthmark dark है तो ये orange corrector ही जाता है. And then you can use a concealer on top. So after applying the corrector, I'm going to take a sponge. Now I don't use a wet sponge. ये हल्का सा damp है. मैंने class start करने के पहले इसे मैंने damp किया था. ये हल्का सा damp है. Now I'm just going to buffer that, not buffer, but just going to press that corrector and blend it out हल्का सा.
Sure. We have a question that this corrector is not available in India. Can you please tell any other alternative?
In India, you can buy it on the Sephora website, which is called, I think, Now. So you can buy it on that. it is available over there. But if not, you also have Bobby Brown that makes the corrector. You have MAC that makes correctors. You have Krylon also where you can get the corrector. So you can use any brand. But I somehow like this brand because the shade is like the perfect orange shade. So, but all these brands make orange correctors.
Surely. And for dusky skin, which color corrector to use?
Like I said, color corrector is usually matched to your problem area. It is never matched to your skin tone. So, orange color corrector is something standard that will go with whether it is a lighter color or a darker color. It depends on what you're trying to cover.
Surely.
Now
So
I'm
for
going to
any
move.
kind of dark brown pigmentation, and